Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're back. We're doing another ranked War of the Spark draft, best of one. And we've got a pack with Bolus's Citadel. I've seen this pop up in Constructed. This is currently being played in the Wild Growth Walker deck, and it's pretty awesome in it. As far as limited goes, I don't think so. Not really what we're looking for. Pretty powerful card though, honestly. Angrath, probably going to be our pick. Both are amazing effects, and you can play it in either black or red, but you don't even have to be both. It's really strong. Great card. Works with Proliferate because you get bodies with counters on them. Gives all your things menace. It can proliferate. You can proliferate on your token. You can proliferate on it. Like I said, giving all your guys menace is really strong. Just a really strong card. Death Sprout, definitely good removal. I still would go with Angrath over it. I think there's more value in Angrath. Neoform, probably more of a constructed card. Certainly playable in this format. Nothing to write home about. Pouncing Lynx, good aggressive card. 2-drop, 2-power, first strike on your turn if you're being aggro. I could see that being good. Crush Descent, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's kind of expensive. You do get 2 effects out of it, but I don't love it. It's playable. Stealth Mission. I do actually like this card. I feel like it's kind of an ace in the hole way to win. You probably don't want to play a ton of them, but once again, it's got the counter, so it works well with Proliferate. It's amazing how many cards work with Proliferate in this format. They really just gave you a ton of cards to interact with Proliferate. Epiphany, haven't played with or against. Maybe I did play against it once. It's certainly fine. Certainly playable. Wall of Runes, probably more of a constructed card if you're going for some sort of high alert Huatli deck or something. Spark Harvest, definitely a good card. Deals with creatures and planeswalkers, and it's common, and it can be 1 mana if you sack a creature. It's good. Turret Ogre, I like this card a lot. This card is really strong, I feel like, at common as well. 4 mana, 4/3, which is already good. And then it's got Reach, which is amazing. And then, even on top of that, you can deal just damage to your opponent right away when you play it, which you can redirect to planeswalkers. Unless they changed that rule, but I'm pretty sure they didn't. I don't know. Arboreal Grazer, rather. I don't really like this card that much. It's kind of, yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a do-nothing. Bloomhulk is definitely good. Proliferate is just a powerful effect, as we've seen, and this is already a very efficient creature. And then we have Crunch Wrangler, which happens, it's right next to the card it works amazingly well with. Yeah, Crunch Wrangler into Bloomhulk, and you get a 4/3 Trampler and a 4/4. That's really strong. But we're going to take Angrath, starting it off strong. I'll change views once we get to the deck building thing. Wow. We get Arlen here. That's pretty awesome. But there's also Bioessence Hydra. So it gets a +1/+1 counter for each loyalty counter on planeswalkers you control, which is pretty insane. And then whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are put on planeswalkers you control, you can put that many on it, which is really good. Bleeding Edge, really good card. Removal plus body for good cost. Arlen, definitely good. Works with Proliferate, and it just spits out tokens. It's a bit expensive, but still good. I'm actually... I almost just want to take the Hydra, but it kind of, unless I'm going super multicolor right off the bat. I mean, I don't actually know. I feel like this is probably the strongest card. At worst, 5 mana, 4/4 Trampler, and then it can still grow. That's got to be really good. D-Spark, more of constructed removal, but certainly playable and limited. Getting Sacrifice, like I said in the last draft, I hope to play this at some point, but we're not going to take it here. On color with Angrath, we're looking at like the Reaver, which I like. Low cost, 2 bodies. Still works with Proliferate. Maybe I don't even need to say that anymore. Anytime you see a mass, anytime you see +1/+1 counters, let's just assume the first thing I'm thinking of is, wow, this is good with Proliferate. War Screecher, playable. Fairy's Time Twist, I don't really like this card that much, but it is kind of cool with like Ashiok, which I've kind of come around on. I wasn't impressed with it when I first saw it, but now that I've actually played against it, wow, you get milled out pretty regularly with that card. I really like Chain Whip Cyclops a lot. This is a great card. That effect is so strong on a common, especially. I mean, yeah, it looks clunky, but I mean that will just win games, definitely. Goblin Assault Team. I think I like this card more than I initially did too. 4/1 is not great, but the haste and the fact that you get more when it dies, I like it. So really, I think I'm only looking at Arlen versus Bioessence Hydra, and this is actually a tough pick for me. I need to think about this. So this doesn't need Planeswalkers to be good, but it certainly gets better with them. I feel like it's the strongest card. This is a very bomb-centric format, but I mean, this card is really good too. It just spits out 3/3s. And it can spit out 3 of them, and it's an uncommon. Granted, it's 6 mana, but man, that's good. And then this thing, which is just like, if you get some Planeswalkers, maybe it's a 5 mana 9/9 trample or something, you know? And then maybe it even gets bigger when you get more loyalty. Jeez. I kind of feel like Arlen only because then I can at least play Angrath, but if I take the Hydra, I feel like I'm kind of either giving up on Angrath or I end up giving up on Bioessence Hydra. Like, it's early enough where it really doesn't matter too much. I'm going to get it all figured out regardless. It's just I don't know how strong Bioessence Hydra is yet. I have a feeling if you get enough Planeswalkers, it's insanely strong. But at the same time, I really feel like Arlen on its own is insanely strong too. This one comes down sooner, but it's also one body. This one comes down later, but it's just immense value. Whew. Well, my gut is saying go with the rare, even though this is probably a rare quality uncommon, quite frankly. Ugh. I'm starting to second guess myself. I honestly just want to take Arlen, but all right, I'm going to take Arlen, and my reasoning is it's more likely I get to play it with Angrath, which may not be important to some people, but it is to me. But I think kind of more importantly is Bioessence Hydra is just one body, whereas this comes down and is immediately 2 things. It's both a thing that has to be dealt with and a 3/3 wolf creature. So that to me kind of makes more sense. I like the Dreadhorde twins. You get 2 bodies. And giving your zombie tokens trample is not bad either. I don't know how I feel about Kiora. I mean, it's definitely good if you can get a bunch of 4/4 or 4-power creatures. Here, I'm thinking we probably just want to take some good removal. So we probably just take the Jaya's Greeting. You can never really have enough removal, and the fact that this is kill something and scry one is really good. Pyrohelix is definitely good too. But this still makes like a green-red deck a possibility, and I like the Greeting a lot. Other notable picks in here. I like the Grizzly. 2/3s are good. I haven't played with the Wolf yet, but I have a feeling it's not bad. But I think it's like Jaya's Greeting, Pyrohelix, and Dreadhorde Twins are the 3 that I'm really looking at here. Maybe if I play with Kiora more, I'll come up on it a little bit. Like, I definitely think it's a good... I think it's a good card, and you can build around it. Get enough 4-power creatures, just draw a bunch of cards. I do see the value in that. I do. But I'd rather have removal here, and especially good removal like Jaya's Greeting, so we're going to take it. Ooh, Tybalt. Tybalt is fantastic. Really like this card. I love the devil creatures. They're so deceptively good, those devils. They really are. The opponents can't gain life claws, kind of whatever, but making the devils are just really good. They're annoying to deal with, and they're powerful, and this makes at least a couple of them, and maybe more if you can proliferate. So we're going to take Tybalt here. I like the Nurturer. Divine Arrow, obviously pretty good removal. And nothing else terribly exciting, but I'm very happy to get Tybalt here, so we'll take it. Okay, so now we have Giant Growth, which is definitely good. Cheap combat trick. There's Gateway Plaza if we want to splash. Bond of Passion, better than I initially gave it credit for. Stealing something and maybe killing something is pretty strong. But I probably just want the Giant Growth. It's cheap, like I said. Good combat trick. Really hard to deny it. Kind of keeps us in line with this Arlen plan. I'd really like to be able to play Arlen if I could. So we'll take Giant Growth. There's Watley in here too. I don't really like the card that much. Once again, it's more of a build around. It's like the Kiora thing. They're good if you can build around them, but I'd rather just sort of take good cards than have to build around cards, if that makes sense. Let's take Giant Growth. Okay. So now we can take the Raging Crunch, which I think I do want to take. I have a feeling this card is pretty good. 3 mana 4/3, it can always block. It just can't attack alone. 3 mana 4/3 is a good beater. And we already have quite a few creature in parentheses cards. All of our planeswalkers make creatures, which is really good. So we'll take the Crunch. Dovin, another planeswalker, certainly not bad. New Horizons, fixing. It only does of any one color, which is important to note in a multicolor planeswalker format, but you still get the +1/+1 counter, which is good. I like the Nurture actually quite a bit. Good body, life gain, fixing. But we'll definitely take Crunch here, very happily. Okay. Storm the Citadel. So I definitely came down on this card after the last draft. I won games with it, but it's not as good as I'd hoped it would be. So I'm kind of just looking at Chain Whip Cyclops because I just know from experience that this is a powerful card. Really big on just flipping games. And actually, think about if you have like an Angrath out and your guys already have Menace and then you take away a blocker. That's like doubly insane. Otherwise, Grizzly, good cost like I said. The ability, certainly useful. We already have quite a few Planeswalkers. And obviously good with creatures too. And Honor the God Pharaoh, you get a body out of it. I like that it can filter when you're getting flooded. But I think we just take the Cyclops. The only problem with looking at the deck from this perspective is I don't have a good view of my curve. Although it is sorting it by curve, so I can kind of take a look there. But I'm doing it from this view so you get a better view of the portraits here. But I'm going to take the Cyclops. I'm going to be happy about it. I know the card's good. Okay, so now we have Devouring Hellions, 3 mana, 2/2, sack creatures, and it gets twice the mini. It's okay. It is uncommon, so that makes me think, I guess you can sack Planeswalkers too. That could come up. I wish I'd had Trample. Then I think it would be, yeah, it would actually be really good if it had Trample. That would make a lot more sense with the ability. But as is, it's pretty reasonably costed, only if you can sack at least one thing. So I'm not sure I'm in love with it. Ceratok gives your guys Trample. Otherwise, it's just, especially in green, only a reasonable body. I'm used to green commons being 5 mana 5/5s, but it does have Trample, so I guess it's a little bit better. Blind Blast, more of an aggressive card. I don't know how aggressive we are yet. And then New Horizons, some fixing, some ramp, some creature buff. We could just take the Hellion. I could see it being really good with the Devils, actually. That's true. All right, we'll take the Hellion just because I'm not giving up much that I care about here. Everything is kind of whatever. And usually I don't like, that's not true. I was going to say usually I don't like ramp in limited, but the truth is ramp is fine in limited, but once again, it's sort of like your deck needs to be a certain plan if you want to ramp in limited. You're not playing like a low curve you want a lot of high end if you're going to have some ramp cards. That's the way I feel. But we'll take the Hellion. We'll give it a try. We'll consider it. So here we can take the Grazer. Otherwise, there's some late blue cards. We'll just take the Grazer to cut green from the pack. Currently, though, we only have 2 green cards, which might be a bad sign for green, to tell the truth. Which also means we could take the best non-green card here, which might just be the Lynx, a good beater. That's true. Although there is late blue, like I said, so if green doesn't work out, then what's a better plan? I mean, red-blue is going to be spells matter. Red-white is typically aggro. Pouncing Lynx into Raging Crunch seems like a pretty cool plan. So yeah, only getting 2 green cards may not be a great sign for green. Stealth Mission, like I said, good finisher. I probably would prefer the Lynx. Alright, we'll take the Lynx, we'll consider it. See what happens. Oh, well, we got the Goblin Assault team back. I think I'd take it here just to really... We know we're in red. If we know we're in red, then definitely take the Assault team. I also really like the idea of Raging Crunch into Goblin Assault team. That's kind of a... That's a strong turn 3-4 play. Attack for 8 on turn 4 is very strong. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we'll take it. Okay, we can take the Blind Blast. Maybe we're a beatdown deck. Some late black. Alright, we'll take the Blind Blast. We'll consider it. Could take the Assailant. Late blue card that's pretty good. It does deal with bombs pretty effectively, and it actually deals with gods, which is kind of insane. There's really... The funny thing about the gods is, I can't think of really much that deals with it, but somehow Kasmina's Transmutation does it. Wow. Otherwise, I take an Assailant, which is a 2-drop beater. It's a pretty speculative pick to take the Transmutation. But it is a good card. It's a pretty good deal with any creature effect. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just taking... I feel like we're going to find better than Assailant. And Prismite... We'll take the Transmutation. We'll consider blue an option. Now we're seeing some late black, which I guess is fine with Angrath, too. And I actually like Dread Malkin. I think this card is very good. Alright, we'll take it. Last pick, black as well. Pretty playable black card, too. Alright, so Finale of Promise. Let's see. We do have instants. We do have sorceries, right? We've got instants. Do we have sorceries? I guess we don't have sorcery. Wait, Aid the Fallen, yep. Or we just take another Arlen and be super happy. Yeah, that could be it. Leyline Prowler. I really like this card a lot, too. Bleeding Edge in here. So, Arlen is strong enough where we could just take it, and despite the fact that green was certainly not open in pack 1, we just focus on red and then supplement with super strong green cards like Arlen, but we'll see. Otherwise, like I said, there was late blue, there was late black. We can shift gears into more of like a... I don't know. I mean, late white too. I kind of feel like just taking Arlen and being happy that we've got powerful planeswalkers. And really just not caring. Let's consider that. Can I even move from here? I'm gonna try. Even though green's not open, I think primarily red. We're definitely gonna make the deck easily be able to make the deck primarily red. We got 10 playable cards out of pack 1, no problem. We can easily make a 23 card deck and then just supplement with super powered green cards like I think Arlen is. That just spits out 3/3s all day. And maybe there's other wolf and werewolves we'll come up with too. I haven't even looked at that yet. Maybe there's not other. I'll have to see. But Finale of Promise is cool. But I think we go Arlen. Let's go Arlen and be happy. Well, Rioters, 3 mana, haste. X's greatest power among creatures you control. I mean, it's definitely good with, like, Crunch. It's good with Goblin Assault Team. That's pretty cool. Otherwise, there's... I think the more wise pick is probably just the Pyrohelix. Be happy we've got a good removal spell. Maybe we Wheel Riders. It is multicolor. There's Heartfire too, but I'd much rather have the Pyrohelix. We don't have to sack anything, and you can deal with multiple X1s. Commons that are removal, that deal with more than one thing, that's really good. So, alright. We're going to take the Pyrohelix, hope to wheel something nice there. Another Tybalt. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm really digging what we're doing right now. We've got some cool stuff going. Another Heartfire, which is actually really good with the Devils, but we'll take Tybalt. Be happy enough about that. Electromancer's actually kind of cool. Obviously, it's made for blue-red, but what do we've got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4 if we play Blind Blast. And it's only instants or sorceries, right? Otherwise, there is Goblin Assault Team number 2. I think the Electromancer just has to be better. Just the fact that you get a body and maybe kill something is really strong. I really like this card a lot. It's still early enough where we find more instants and sorceries at some point. Like Heartfire, for example. So yeah, we can take Heartfire, we can take Steady Aim. I like that Heartfire can just go to the face. And like I said, it's going to be really good with our Devils. I think we just take it. In response to your removal, I can blow up something. It's just powerful. I'm going to take it over Steady Aim. The fact that you can just do 4 to the face with it is really good. Maybe we should do a creature count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 actually. Yeah, we're good on creatures at the moment. Take the Heartfire. Okay, get the Grizzly. Lower the curve. There's Chain Whip Cyclops. Number 2, but we've got quite a bit of, we've got a lot of high end, so let's focus on the low end. We'll take the Grizzly. Otherwise, we could consider the New Horizons just because we have enough top end to support that, but I actually just really like Grizzly, so I'm going to take it. 2 3s have always been good and limited. Okay, so Courage and Crisis, probably going to be pretty good with our Planeswalker plan. And otherwise, we have synergy with Assault Team and Angrath on top of that. So that's 2 more things. It has synergy with the Electromancer, has synergy with the really has synergy with Arlen and Angrath very well. Yeah, we'll take Courage and Crisis. There's not even any other pick for us. I don't really like Catharsis that much, so. Alright. Crawl Stinger, getting the Death Touch seems good, but this late of a Pyrohelix, that's crazy. Super happy about this. So we'll take it. Wrangler, just fine. Let's lower the curve. Be happy about it. Really don't have a ton of 4-power creatures, but I guess we have a couple. Yeah, we have 1. Yeah, and in fact, Crunch, Wrangler into Raging Crunch seems pretty good. Flavorfully and in terms of its spike value, I like it. Another Devouring Hellion, another Cyclops, or Steady Aim. Do we want 2 Chain Whip Cyclops? We could. I still think we want to lower our curve. We're kind of good on top end. If we can supplement in the low end, we're going to be fine. Although, to be honest, at this point, question is, do I want to play the Devouring Hellion? We actually have good synergies with it with the Tybalts, like I said, so I could consider it. It's Steady Aim versus Chain Whip Cyclops. I feel like Steady Aim is actually just a really good card. Untap target creature so they don't even anticipate the block, and it can block flyers. Alright, we'll take it. We'll take the Bond of Passion now. It's expensive, but I don't think we're going to play Stoneblades, and I do feel like Bond of Passion can win games. We'll take another Blind Blast. I actually don't know if I'm going to play either of them. Another Steady Aim. Okay, so we've already got a deck and we have an entire new pack to go here. So we could take the Tamiyo. It's definitely played and constructed. Let's see if there's better cards for us though. I mean, the nice thing about MTGA as well is that none of these cards really have like any ticket value, so I don't have a ton of incentive to pick them. if I'm not building them in Constructed. And I'm not building a Tamiyo deck in Constructed. And it's only a rare, so I don't really care that much about it. We're not going to play it. So really, if I wanted a card here, I'm looking at a second Heartfire, which might be excessive, although you can just kill your opponent with it, which is really good. Or we take a Stinger, get a Death Touch dude. Another Cyclops. I'm okay taking another Heartfire. What are we starting to cut here, though? We will have to cut some cards. We probably don't need double Steady Aim. That might be a bit excessive. We definitely need some more creatures. The Blind Blast can go. I don't think that we're beat down enough where we're going to win through mid to late value. So could just take the Crawl Stinger. I do think Death Touch is valuable to have. It really just stops fatties effectively. And it might be a bit excessive to take a second Heartfire here. We do need some more creatures. And we want to lower the curve. I'd probably just take the Crawl Stinger and be happy about it. Okay, so Jaya's Greeting number 2. I definitely think that's the pick here. The Proliferate is great, and there's a Raging Crunch too. Jeez. I mean, I want them all. But I think we just go removal. Jaya's Greeting, really hard to argue with. Lightning Strike plus Scry. I know it's not Lightning Strike. If it was Lightning Strike, Burn Face, that would be really good, but... So here, we can take Honor the God Pharaoh. I've played it. I like it. If you're getting flooded, it is nice to have. You get a couple reasonable effects out of it. It's probably a fine 23rd card as well. So we can consider it. There's really not much else here we care about. Maybe an Iron Bully or something. Kaya is a great card, but we're not going to take it, obviously. All right, we'll take Honor the God Pharaoh. Alright, another Heartfire. Interplanar Beacon. We don't really need it for our Planeswalkers. It does help you gain life, but I don't think we need it. Another chance to take Heartfire, or we take a second Grizzly. The 2/3s, I'm interested in getting a 2/3 here, I think. So I think we're going to take the Grizzly. And we'll figure out cuts at the end here. Okay, Turret Ogre is really good. It's also a 4-power creature, not to be overlooked, and it has reach. I think we probably just take it. Over a third Grizzly. Yeah, I like that. We currently only have 2 4-drops. That seems fine. Another Cyclops. There's Bully. We'll take the Cyclops. I'll see what's going on with that. Another Honor the God Pharaoh, or we take the Initiate. Initiate is cheap. It's got First Strike. I'm not going to play a second Honor the God Pharaoh. There is Silverwing, which has flying. Could be reasonable. This is 2 bodies, but I don't think that we need it. It is kind of cool with Heartfire. I think we take the Flyer. We don't really have any evasion, so I kind of like that. Bond of Flourishing, I've been impressed with in Constructed. It's certainly playable in Limited. But I may just want a second Goblin Assault team. Like I said, I'm not beat down, which is where Goblin Assault team I think really shines. But we do have some random synergies with it. Mostly the Wrangler and I guess the Crunch. Am I going to play Bond of Flourishing? That's the question, rather. It does find our Planeswalkers as well, which is cool. Or I take the Assault team. It has random synergy with our Electromancer as well. We currently have 4 4-drops, which is a pretty good count. It doesn't do anything with our... You can miss on it. We probably have enough instants and sorceries where you could theoretically miss, which could be a problem. I'm not sure what I feel more. Kind of feeling the Assault team. just because you can win with it. All right. So, it's kind of an expensive mana rock, but it does ramp. Fix for anything. Another Cyclops. We already have 2? Yeah, surprised. Or we could take the Samet Sprint, random combat trick, give some haste. I don't think we need a 3rd Cyclops. We don't need this. All right, we'll take the Sprint. Consider it. Ooh, got the Crunch back. What a gift. Really happy about that. Don't need any of this. Assailant. Might want another 2-drop creature. Once again, I don't think we're playing the Beacon anyway, so... Alright. Okay, cool. So, this deck is very good. Really good stuff going on here. So let's change the view and get this all figured out. So obviously Banehound's not in there. Let's get the lands out for now, so we know how many cuts we have to make. Invader, I don't want to play. Assailant, let's do a creature count first. So we have 15 actual creature cards, and then on top of that we have creature cards here, so that's 17. This is a creature card, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we can cut at least 6 creatures. I don't think we're going to do the Bond of Passion. It doesn't really fit in with what we're trying to do. We probably don't need Honor the God Pharaoh. For the most part, I actually like the card, but I feel like we've got actual just better things going on here, so we don't need it. I still kind of want the flyer, but I'm not sure if it'll work out or not. Goblin Assailant, probably the weakest creature we have by quite a bit. It's nice to have 2-drops, though, that'll go alongside our Raging Crunches. That's true. I probably cut the Samet Sprint. It's more of an aggressive card. We can easily cut some creatures here. So which ones? Yeah, I'm still kind of feeling like Assailant gets cut, but I'm not 100% sure. I may just want the early game, and maybe we don't need as much late game. I'm also reticent to cut 4 power creatures because of the Wrangler, but double Chain Whip Cyclops. I really like the card. I don't know if we need 2 of them. Courage and Crisis is going to work well with, like I said, it's exceptionally good with Arlen. It's exceptionally good with Angrath. Still has synergy with Cyclops Electromancer. I have to cut 5 cards, I would say. I feel like the weakest cards are probably... I could see Giant Growth, maybe, as much as I love the card. Heartfire is pretty much the best with, like, Tybalt. I still feel like Assailant is relatively weak in here. I don't need to play something that synergizes well with Raging Crunch to be happy. That's true. Goblin Assault Team is not at its finest here, although you can block with this card too. It's true. Typically I'm not enthusiastic about Silverwing, but having no flying protection is a little bit worrisome. I guess we have Steady Aim. And actually I guess we have Turd Ogre too, but having more flying protection doesn't hurt. How much synergy do we have for Electromancer right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8. So we probably don't want to cut too many more instants and sorceries. Like I said, we can still cut creatures. I'm thinking I'm going to cut the Hellion. I wanted to try it, especially with Tybalt, but I'm not really feeling it. Same with Assailant. It's just, overall, it's kind of weak. We still have plenty of creatures, probably like 16 or 17. I mean, at least add another 5 on there with our Planeswalkers. So really we're at like what? We could probably, yeah, we could cut 3 creatures and call it a deck. So what are our 3 weakest creatures? Or maybe not our weakest creatures, but which creatures do we feel comfortable cutting? Probably a Cyclops. Maybe an Assault Team. Maybe a Grizzly. Maybe we don't need double Grizzly. Could cut a Grizzly. Could cut an Assault Team and call it a deck. So like I said, we still have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 creatures. We still have 8 instant sorceries for Electromancer, tons of removal, and tricks. I'm kind of feeling it. I feel okay with this, actually. Alright, let's get our lands in there. We can take a look at our colors. So, primarily red. We'll probably just do a 9-8 split. Something like this. We do have a double red here, but we also have some double green in the late. We need both early, so this is fine. I like this deck. This one I think is definitely better than my last one. Some good cards in here, definitely. So we'll see how it plays. Alright, we'll see you round 1. Alright, here in round 1. And we've got a great keepable hand here. Very good looking. Okay. Okay. Grixis. Oh, Raging Crunch. Well, we're going to kill that with our Jaya's Greeting here. So, kill the Crunch. Do we want a 5th land? We have enough to play everything in our hand currently, so let's see if we can find something more exciting. Steady aim. Very good. Let's get the Grizzly down. Okay. So I guess the good news about this is we can kill the Scorpion. Actually, that was a good draw. Let me think about this. Do we want to do the Turret Ogre now? Can set up for a good Electromancer. They missed a land drop. I think I'm going to be a little patient here. Okay. So I think we'll just Pyrohelix now. which I'm not in love with, but like I said, it sets up for a good Electromancer. Tybalt is great. Although they can kill it if they have removal. So it might make more sense to play the Ogre here. I might have to take 3 from the Herald, but I don't want Tybalt to just come out and die right away. I'm going to take this. Alright. So we can play the Electromancer to kill the zombie, which I like more actually. Right? We've got 2, yeah. So let's go Electromancer. Get in. Probably, well, Grizzly can be some card advantage. Electromancer can trade with Herald, and yeah, alright. I'm fine with this. Okay. We'll definitely make the trade. They don't want to make the trade, which is kind of interesting. Okay. So now we'll just play Tybalt. Start spitting out some devils. And play it patient, because we've got 2 Arlens, and we've got Vivian's Grizzly, so we've got the better long game thing going on right now. Okay. It's pretty big, but we've also got a giant growth here if we need it. Okay. So we're up to 6 lands now, so we can leave up Grizzly and do Tybalt. I think we're good. Playing it patient. Oh, just a Nicol Bolas, huh? Yeah. So, I guess the bad news is we're going to have to kill Nicol Bolas. And the real travesty with that is you kind of have to do it immediately or you lose. So we'll use, I guess, Vivian's Grizzly first in case. So we can draw that. That's actually kind of good. We definitely have to kill Nicol Bolas now. So let's exile the I guess the steady aim. And then we can Pyrohelix the Reaver, I guess. We have to kill Nicol Bolas right now, unfortunately. So one less blocker for them does seem good, I guess. Or we can do it on Nicol Bolas, but I think we'll do it on the Reaver. Like, obviously you can't let a Nicol Bolas sit around. So now I think what we do is we have to attack with at least 4 creatures, probably 5. Which means we go Assault Team. We attack with 5 creatures on Nicol Bolas. Okay. So we could actually kill the behemoth, but let's just take out Nicol Bolas now. So this worked out okay. Considering we just beat a Nicol Bolas, I'm feeling pretty good. So I guess we'll buff our Grizzly. Could buff a Devil, but no, we'll buff the Grizzly. All right. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Nicol Bolas is good. I don't know what more I can say. Nicol Bolas is a strong card. Wow. Yeah, this card is really just insane for 5 mana. Wow. I love that it's got lose the game text on it too. Just so crazy good. Well, that's a tough spot, huh? So I guess we have to get value there, and I suppose we probably try and kill that. I'd probably put it on my token. Submit 0. I don't know what that means. Okay. So, put the Cyclops down. All right. Looks like we are off to game 2. Nicol Bolas is good. Who would have thought? All right. Let's head to game 2 and hopefully do a little bit better. All right. We're in game 2. I'd like to keep this hand, but no red mana. A grip full of red cards. I think we better mulligan and do better than that. This hand, I guess we'll keep. Anything that's not a mountain, we're going to put on the bottom, I think. Yep. There we go. So, yeah, I guess we play the Grizzly. Tybalt doesn't seem good against my opponent's Screecher. Okay. Well, I guess I can kill their grizzly. They didn't even attack. It's kind of crazy. Well, we're missing our land drop. I guess we just hang out. And I suppose we're probably going to Jaya's Greeting the Screecher and dig for some land so we can play our Tybalt a little more safely. Oh! I don't think so. So kill that. Leave that on top. Still not attacking, very surprisingly. So we could do Angrath, but it makes more sense, I think, to play Tybalt. I'm actually not sure about that. Huh. I guess... Let me think about this. I can play Tybalt, spit out a devil to chump block, and then next turn play Angrath, spit out another devil. Or play Angrath, chump with Grizzly. No, I'm going to play Tybalt. I'm going to make a devil and pass. Because if I draw a land, I can play the Cyclops and spit out a devil. Uh-oh. Now, if they attack with Grizzly, I could double block, but the problem is they can just deal all their damage to Grizzly, and they don't actually lose their guy. Now, I could test their ability to do that, but I don't think so. I'm going to assume my opponent would know how to do that. Alright. We're getting closer to Arlen, which is nice, but I think now spit out the devil, attack with the Grizzly. And then we play the Cyclops and pass. Okay. So we can still get rid of Grizzly as a blocker, which is good. So we can play Arlen now, but then Arlen's gonna die. We can play Arlen, and they kind of have to overextend to kill Arlen, and then we can get in for a bunch of damage, which I like. Or we just make it so they can't block. I'm going to make them deal with Arlen. Guess I can actually attack with the devil here. Because it gets rid of a blocker. That was the worst block they could have done. So they can find their land, but they don't. Unfortunately, that can deal with our Cyclops. They kind of have to. So this is kind of what we wanted. They have to overextend. And then I guess we can play Angrath and get in for 9. Because our guys have Menace. And they have to use a mana to tap our Cyclops. And they have to attack with 2 guys to kill our Angrath. And we have Chain Whip Cyclops still ability at our disposal, even if they tap it. And they don't even attack Angrath, which is crazy. So now we just get rid of blockers, and I think they lose. It doesn't matter if they tap or not. We can resolve that, that's fine. So that can't block. This can't block. Oh, I guess I didn't even need to do that because of Menace. I should have actually just used Grizzly there. That was a mistake. They could have Divine Arrow. I'm still going to get in for 5. So I think we actually sack the Wolf because Grizzly's ability is useful in case I have to. Either way, we're doing more than half their life. I'll get rid of this and we'll get in for 6. That's fine. They're in kind of a tough spot here. Well, that worked out well for him. Huh. But we kill you then. I like that. Yeah, I mean, we kill him is basically what it comes down to. Yeah, this Chain Whip Cyclops is just unreasonably good. I feel like at common. It's just such a strong card. So good. All right. On to game 3. All right, we're in game 3. This is definitely a good looking keep. We've got the removal, we've got Tybalt, we've got Courage and Crisis to make Tybalt even better. Spit out 3 devils. Ideally. Arboreal Gazer. Sure. Saheeli. Okay. So drop the Tybalt. No play, that's good. So guess we spit out another devil. And I think we just play a Wrangler. It doesn't make the best use of mana, but to me it makes sense. We can start attacking Saheeli, possibly. I don't really want to use a Jaya's Greeting on a Grazer, but we'll see. Kind of like to save it for something a little better. Honor the God Pharaoh. Alright. So we get a couple dudes. And we can use the Jaya's Greeting. I'm still not really feeling it on any of these. But I think we actually do it on the Amass token, because then if I Courage on Crisis our Wrangler, they can't really do anything about it except chump it. And actually it has trample, so they can't even do that. Yeah. Alright. I don't love greeting an Amass token, but here goes. Another Tybalt is actually really nice. We're going to keep that, because what we get to do now is pretty sweet. We get to go land, Courage and Crisis, proliferate. Oh, I guess they wouldn't have been able to kill my Wrangler. Everything attacks Saheeli. They could have giant growth. But no, they don't. And then we do this. And next turn we can play another Tybalt and get some more devils. Okay. This is Triumph. Alright. So the good news is we don't even have to give up our Crunch Wrangler. So I think what we do is we just attack Saheeli with 3 devils. Because it really doesn't matter what they do here. Saheeli's gonna die. And I don't want them to be able to double block and kill my Wrangler. This doesn't matter. Yeah, in fact, that's like the worst thing they could have done, because now I just kill their Prismite as well. And then we play another Tybalt. And then I spit out another token, and we pass. Alright, so they're playing Aid the Fallen to get back Saheeli and a creature card. They had Ronus in there? Oh man. That's strong. Ronus is going to be a tough one. Oh. Or we just play Arlen. So, do I even want to focus on Saheeli here? I can't kill her, but I could get a bunch of damage in on my opponent, set up for a Heartfire to get rid of a Ronus, buy myself some more time. Yeah, I think we're just going to start going for my opponent. This makes more sense to me. Especially since my Wrangler's got trample. Like, they just play God Eternal, and then, yeah, it doesn't really matter. We just take care of it and continue the beats, basically, yeah. So they have to wait a while now to get it back. We continue beating all at them. And then we spit out another wolf because Arlen's crazy good. And then we play a stinger, and then that's it. Mm-hmm. Why would you bring back... So you... Oh, it's 'cause they don't... I'm like, why wouldn't you bring back the god? Okay. There's a good reason you don't bring back the god. You don't even have it anymore. One of the few times where having the god there is actually worse for you. Alright. They're all coming in at you. I'm not sure it matters. Yeah. Sweet. Hey, it turns out Arlen is crazy good. Yeah. That's a nuts uncommon planeswalker. It's a crazy format. There's just so many bomb uncommons and rares. Very swingy. Alright. Let's go to our fourth game now. Yeah, we'll keep this. This hand's actually fine. I mean, it's a lot. It needs land, but it's got early protection, which is nice. Oh, and we get our land. All right. Well, we've got burn spells for days. Okay, so we can kill that. We'll use the Pyro Helix on it. Alright. Going tit for tat here. Our Wrangler gets a little upgrade next turn, potentially. Mono black? Be surprising. What? Wow. That's a bold move. Uh-oh. Ashiok. That's a problem. Kind of need to... Unfortunately, Ashiok's really good against our Electromancer, too. I wonder if they just milled that. Nope. So, I kind of need to get a dude on board quick here to deal with Ashiok. So maybe I do Greeting the Reaver just to find it. Oh, or we... Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. Could not have asked for a better card to have on top there. Ashiok is really amazing. I can't believe how strong that card is. Just really much better than I initially thought, is what I'll say. Jeez. Mean. So I guess we can do the crunch here. All right. Alright. So we can play the Cyclops, or potentially we can kill Ashiok now. Wait, I can't attack? Why can't I attack? Whoa, that was weird. I'm not even sure I understand that. Alright, good. Let's get the Cyclops down. What? Jeez. Nice rare. Alright, at least they're just drawing a land. Jeez. So strong. I think I actually trade here if they attack. Just because I want Arlen to do something, basically. Alright. In case they have removal for Crunch, I'm actually not going to attack. Because then I can at least double block their amass token. Gosh, that card is so strong. Look at this. What? Alright. Jeez. We're getting wrecking balled now. Man, yeah, so, yeah, this is just a real bomb-centric format. Well, another Raging Crunch is good, but turns out a 6/6 is really strong. I mean, we're still in decent shape, but man, Ashiok, the Amass, Kasmina, I mean, they've got some really strong cards in there. Another stealth mission, they're like, I don't even want it. What have you got in your hand? Must be a removal or something. So, we're definitely beating in. Do we want to... So I guess we go this at Kasmina, so they can't spit out another wizard. And then the rest at my opponent. Oh, I have to pay extra to cast Greeting on it. Well, that's okay too. So we have to pay 4 to target the zombie army. That's weird. They did it after they took the damage? Electromancer? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we want to keep that. Wait. Can I do a count? I can't even look at my... Oh, okay. How many do I have? Hello? What have I got? 1? That's it? Oh, I'm going to have 2, right? Yeah, okay. Keeping it. Do I have to target it with Spells. Oh, it's only spells. Okay. I guess that's good. So I can play the Electromancer, kill the wizard. Right? This. Let me just make sure again. Yep. And the Pyrohelix. So I play the Electromancer, kill the wizard. I get in with the Heelys at my opponent. That seems pretty good. And it's only spells that this protects, right? Yeah. So let's just get in with Saheeli Silverwing first. And then we play the Electromancer. And we deal 2 to a wizard. And then we pass. Okay. Not a big deal. And we win. Cool. Alright. Onwards and upwards. The next game. Red cards and green lands. I think we need to do better than that. This one we'll keep. And anything that's not a land, we're going to bottom. Erratic Visionary. Well, I suppose we kill it because we're still digging for a land here. And have to bottom that. We need the land. Don't want to miss our land drop here. Still managed to, unfortunately. Oh. Well, I think Arcanus is less intimidating in limited. Oh, how sad. Gonna have to discard next turn. Jeez. Yep. Alright. Take some damage. Hopefully draw a land. Still don't draw land. Discarding. I don't know if it matters. I mean, we're likely never going to get to Arlen, but if we can find lands, it might be valuable. Maybe something. What do I discard? I guess, I don't know. Cyclops, maybe? I can't decide. Alright, so get our third land, play a Stinger, probably get it countered or get it killed by a burn spell. I do like Samit with Arcanus, that's pretty cool. So they'll give it haste now and then we'll take too much. So they can cast that again next turn because of their Arcanus with Samit. So I suppose that means we probably, I guess, wait for them to do it and then kill the zombie army after. Well, they're not going to use it. Huh. I see the dilemma. And we have to discard if I don't play something. I think we're just going to have to discard. Well, I guess not. I can use the Pyrohelix now. Alright. I don't like it. I could just Pyrohelix Samit, actually. Maybe that makes more sense. Okay. Alright. Still taking just too much damage. And don't have the mana to do what we need. We have to play the crunch here so they can't just kill it with Jaya. So then they just attack us for 4 and kill us with Jaya. Well, this was a disappointing game. Alright, let's go to the next one and see if we can hopefully do a little bit better. Alright, this one will keep. We have the Jaya's Greeting to maybe kill something if we can't find lands. I prefer to not use it on that, but we'll see if we get the luxury of... I may just have to use it. We don't want to run into what happened in the last game, so we'll see. I'll take the 1 for now. Yeah, man. Using a Jaya's Greeting on a Grim Initiate's pretty disappointing. Not hitting a land drop is pretty bad, too. I can't quite decide what's worse. I think it's worse to use it on a Grim Initiate, but we'll see. I did miss my land drop, so I don't know. Just still nothing, huh? Alright, well, I don't want to. I really, really don't want to, but here we are. Alright. And it's not, the funny thing is, it's not even the land I want. It's not even the land I want. Yeah, Jaya's Greeting on a Grim Initiate. I don't think it gets more depressing than that. Just we're casually losing against the Splash Defiant Strike deck. Oof, that hurts. All right, I guess we'll play the. Well, they might have burn, so maybe it makes more sense to do the Silver Wing, but then they won't attack. All right, we'll play the Assault Team. Okay. Angrath for a 2/2. I don't like it. Grizzly, but then I can't play Giant Growth. Silverwing makes the best use of mana, I guess. Okay. And Bleeding Edge is on top of their deck, unfortunately, so they're probably going to play that. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, I'm going to have to be able to tactically do something about this zombie army. And now I guess I need to deal with the Enforcer Griffin. Well, I guess this could actually be okay. Let me think about this. So I can play the Angrath and still play Giant Growth if they Bleeding Edge my thing. And it might, yeah, we probably need to Damage Absorb here too. Otherwise, my play is I have to tap my green mana. And then I'm going to Heartfire. I do want my Angrath quite a bit more. Then again, I want to leave up my green mana. Yeah, it's a tough decision. I think I'm going to go Angrath and hope to kill this zombie army. And have Angrath soak up some damage, I guess. Okay. So I could kill the Griffin, but no, we let Ingrath die and we kill the big dude. So 6 mana, we can play this plus this, but probably makes more sense to play the Grizzly, and we're gonna have to Heartfire the Griffin. So in that case, maybe we do the Wrangler to Heartfire the Griffin. Yeah. Okay. Or we can play both, and then we can't leave up Heartfire, though. Ah, that's alright. Let's just wait. Maybe they have another removal, and then we can Heartfire in response here. So we don't want the battalion to get bigger, so we Heartfire the Griffin now. And I'm perfectly willing to trade with a battalion if they want. Nope, they have Cyclops too. Alright. And let me guess, 8 mana? Yep, good guess. They've got the 8 mana. Yep. So take that and take entirely too much damage and draw a land. Alright, well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed. This is by far the best deck I've drafted. Granted, it's only my 3rd draft, but it's the best deck I've drafted, and it had just far and away the worst performance. So that's disappointing, but nothing to be done. All right, so we'll lose. Let's see what we get for rewards here. Okay, why do we get 2 packs? Okay, whatever. I'll take it. I don't get why I got 2 packs, but let's open them up. Ooh, well, uncommon wild card's nice, and Ravnica War, and our other one has this, and ooh, well, Dreadhorde Invasion's a good one. All right, well, hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back for more. We'll see you for the next one.